was right. I don't like to gloat when I'm right, but I know when I'm right. And I know one thing of how the music business goes. And I know that if you get yourself in certain predicaments or whatever, that the music industry will part like the Red Sea. And once again, I was right. Travis Scott, Live Nation, and Drake have received their first lawsuit. It will have to be met in either litigation, either in the courtroom, or some predetermined amount that will be issued out as a settlement. And the suit was filed by a person named Christian Perendez. This is a man. And he's claiming that he was hurt, injured, permanently injured, and he is seeking over $1 million from Drake, Live Nation, and Travis Scott for inciting a riot. I did not know until this lawsuit was actually signed that the security that was out there that you see in the videos that I put up, that's actually security hired by Live Nation. They actually thicker in this than I thought. So the video, if y'all seen it, with the security guards trying to push over the little kids and shit like that, this is what this was. This was kids. They were trying to push and trip. Those security guards were hired by Live Nation. Are you out of your mind? And I just said, and I said it real quick, but I was like, yo, why are these security guards, these black security guards, all three of them are black, why are they tripping, pushing, and trying to football tackle teenagers? Let the motherfuckers go. Or the daddy or auntie or somebody see that camera work and come down here and give you the work. Because I know it would have been my son. I don't give a fuck what my son is doing. I don't give a fuck what concert they were trying to get into. Why are you tripping them? Why are you tripping them or something that happened in a moment that 9 times out of 10 you probably did earlier in your life? Now I'm wondering if one of those lawsuits isn't because of that. And I think you're going to see more lawsuits. I think you're going to see lawsuits from that camera work where you see all those kids running into and breaking the first gate. This is not the stampede. No, 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 no. This is kids over 300 to 400 of them just rushing the gate, flooding the gate. If you haven't seen it, go to one of my videos. Just hit my name and hit videos and you'll see it for yourself. It's something of brewing this motherfucker. And I said it. I said it last night. Go back to my live. I said, Travis, get ready for the lawsuits. They're coming. The first one at 1 million. 1 million. And I said, you're going to be in litigation here for the next 3 to 4 years because there were so many victims. So many people are going to claim. The way the court system is under the pandemic, we all know that. So you might not see a courtroom until 5, 6, 7 years from now, meaning that all these lawsuits from this situation that happened at this one concert are not going to follow you for the next 4, 5, 6 years. I guarantee you, through the litigations, through the claims, through the no lawsuits filed, through everything that you're going to have to go through in the next couple of months, it's all going to be because of this one concert. And Live Nation's not going to take the bulk of this, fellas. I'm trying to tell you right now, they're not going to take the bulk of it. The bulk of it is going to come out of the pocket of you and Drake. Because what this guy is trying to say is the same thing I said before from the beginning. The first video that I have up, I say this because I know it because I've seen it with my own two eyes repeatedly with different artists, depending on the caliber of artists. The very first time I ever saw this euphoria or this type of energy was when I saw Black Rob perform Whoa. Okay? When I saw Black Rob perform Whoa, that was the first time I had seen that pandemonium in the crowd from people in a personal space. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, my own two eyes saw this, where you could throw on one song and it evokes so much emotion, which goes back again to what I was trying to tell y'all from the beginning months ago when I got on here about musical theory. I told you how certain chords, certain notes, certain tones can evoke certain emotions. You understand what I'm saying? And those emotions need to be fed with a reaction. And that reaction ain't always the best thing in the world. If you haven't seen that video, I will do another one again on that, talking about musical theory, talk about how certain notes and tones invoke certain emotions in people. Yes, there are certain notes and tones that evoke emotion, meaning anger, happiness, or whatever. You hear those Frankie Beverly albums, or you hear those, God forbid I say it, but R. Kelly albums, when you hear those Trey Songz albums, when you hear those Lucky Day albums, or whatever, All those albums that I just mentioned on the R&B side of the game invoke a certain tone. That is tone is relaxed. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I fast forward that up and and I'm not throwing everybody out there, but the type of music that 21 Savage makes, Drake makes, and it's not all Drake's music. It's just certain songs by Drake. I've noticed that. You know what I mean? Because the Drake's R&B songs will get the same reaction as the latter artists I just mentioned, Lucky Day, depending on what R&B song it is by him. He's one of those rare artists that can do both. But when you throw in some of this type of turbocharged trap music, it invokes a certain reaction out these motherfuckers. And that's why I told you this shit is so easy to produce. I make music, okay? Matter of fact, I have a single available right now, so make sure y'all go down and click the description box and the fourth link down there. You can purchase my song. I make music. I write music. I know how to produce music. I've worked with the best: Flames Flow, Steve Dickey, Brian, everybody that's recorded. People like Shakira, Wyclef, Busta Rhymes, you name it. I've worked with those producers. They recorded me. So I'm telling you, and I'm being honest with you guys. There's a certain tone and certain types of music because of the music I created. I didn't create violent music. I've never been known for creating violent music, and I can talk about violent shit. It's easier, more easy, and more authentic than most of these rappers because I actually did it. You know what I mean? But a lot of these guys, they invoke a tone with this trap music, and that tone turns around and it feeds certain souls. Now, I'm pretty sure if homeboy, Mr. Parandes, if he didn't get hurt, Christian Parandes, he wouldn't be suing. In fact, if everything would have went smooth, you wouldn't have had no problem. You understand what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of people that sue you, Drake and Travis Scott, on top of this guy, just because they were there. And a lot of them will be dropped. But you're getting ready to face hundreds and hundreds of more. And this is just the first one from this Christian Parandes guy. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. And the weight and the work that y'all gonna have to do in the courtroom and the money you're gonna have to spend on litigation is gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you, boys. It's gonna cost you. This one moment. I point out one other thing that I think is gonna be used against Travis Scott in court is when somebody asks him to stop the music and the Live Nation security, which I keep highlighting that and I keep telling y'all. This one brave white girl came up to the stage with her and this Asian kid, and they turned around. They said, "Turn the music off. People are dying down here." I got the video clip right up here. People are dying, and they kept on playing the music. You understand what I'm saying? They kept on playing the music, and at one point, Travis Scott is heard saying, "Who want me to stop?" Your bravado and your narcissism overwhelmed actually doing the right thing. And you being sued and the suits that are incoming, I kept trying to tell you. I told you last night, they coming. They coming. It's so sad it happened to Travis Scott. Will probably get jail time for this for sure. I don't think he's not going to, no. Good morning, Boxing J. That. No, he's not going to do jail time. Mm-mm. He's not going to do jail time. What they'll do is they'll find out individually, case by case, how hurt these people are. They were trampled, which seems to be the case here. People were crushed and trampled. You got to unline that, crushed and trampled. Okay. He won't see any jail time for it, but what he will see is he'll have to pay out a lot of monetary shit. Okay. Now your girl's a billionaire, so it shouldn't be a problem. But a lot of these suits also you gotta realize are gonna come in based off the fact of who they are. This is Drake, Travis Scott, and Live Nation. That's one thing. The second thing is a lot of these suits are going to come in and they're going to be found to not be literal to go to court, which a lot of determination goes into that. So a lot of these court cases, even though they're filed as a suit, a lot of them won't make it to court at all. There won't be a significant enough evidence or significant wearing in the case or whatever. Like, I scratched my finger at the concert when everybody was stampeding. I want $2 million. You know what I mean? Toss that shit. You know what I'm saying? But more accurate lawsuits will be attentive to, meaning like I broke my leg. I passed out. I have chronic breathing problems. I was stomped on by 7 people during the stampede. Those lawsuits, they will be fulfilled and they will be adjudicated. And I'm surprised if Netflix makes a film about this, just like they looked at Mom, Look I Can Fly. And so many others are saying the show is demonic. We've been saying that for the past 4 days. I'm gonna tell you both of those things for you. about the show being demonic. I said last night, and I'll say this again. The biggest purveyors and the biggest people to help out with the Illuminati or demonic spirits or whatever are y'all. I hate to say it like this, but most black people and Latin people do not realize how much they participate in. Even if you were just holding homage by praying or helping a certain incantation or whatever with your energy, this is what black and Latin people are doing. They're doing it simply, and they don't even realize it, by your attentive space. To be quite honest with you, this is how it works. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not gonna sit here and give you pillar per pillar. You know what I mean? But I'll break it down in the rough, loose end for you, so that way I don't get in any trouble by certain individuals. What you telling niggas shit for? Remember that phone call? What you telling niggas shit for? You gonna make me go up in the Master Candy house and tell on you. What you telling niggas shit for? I get phone calls, emails, all kinds of shit. What you on there telling them niggas and shit for? Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. If y'all knew, y'all be like, nigga, here go $100 in the cash. Yeah, 200. I ain't even know. And I'm still up here talking. There's gonna be a lot of lawsuits tossed, and then there'll be a lot of lawsuits won. You understand what I'm saying? There'll be a lot of lawsuits tossed, gonna be a lot won. But one thing you got in perfection here is you got Live Nation, Drake, and Travis Scott. They're gonna be repeatedly counted out in this trifecta. They're gonna always name those three names. They're not gonna name Texas local government. They're not gonna name any of that. They're gonna keep naming Drake, Travis Scott, Live Nation. Live Nation was in charge of the security there, which I did not know. They provide their own security. That's gangster as shit. Two, and I hate to say it, either the people that you hired are pieces of shit, because that goes back to what I was saying again, because these security guards, which all three I have on my camera footage or whatever, on the footage I have up, all three of them were African American. And the woman included who tried to trip three teenagers, which y'all need to get rid of that bitch right now. She is not a good look. You had another fat motherfucker out there that was like about 40, though that was out of shape, though he still had it. I'm a football tackle motherfuckers like I did in high school. Niggas is not falling, B. Niggas is not falling off you. You know what I'm saying? You falling. You know what I mean? But they gonna sue you. There was a third security guard out there hired by Live Nation that was doing the same thing, tackling teenagers. These is kids. You understand what I'm saying? Let them run through. The police right there on mounted horses from Texas. Why you in there helping out for? You understand what I'm saying? So now you gonna get sued possibly too if any of them kids got hurt, or they gonna claim they got hurt. Mom, I tripped. Baby, don't worry about it. We going down to the courtroom right now. Right goddamn now. Right goddamn. Well, we filing a suit right damn now. Somebody's mama, somebody's black mom or Latin mom is right now. Baby, you hurt? We going down to the courthouse right fucking now. We're going down to the courthouse right now. I don't care if you just got a scratch on your leg. We can get. You know how much you can get for a scratch on your leg? R.I.P. Zell. You know how much you can get for a slip and stone? You know how much money you can get for a slip and a stone? Miss Tip, what's going on, Miss Tip? God damn it. Nobody is mentioning the security. Yeah, I'm mentioning security. I've been mentioning security since last night. Those security that was hired by Live Nation. And there's in the suit. They were hired and provided by Live Nation, which means that they recruited them, or they either had a recruitment process locally within Texas, and Live Nation just employed them contractually. It might have just been for that gig. It might have been continued on. I don't know. But Live Nation is responsible for that security that's out there, which y'all see in my videos. I've got two of them. Now, I've got it from two angles. I got it from one left-hand angle and one right-hand angle of these children coming in and rushing the gate. And we've done this shit before. Listen, and then when we was at Compound down in Atlanta. Anybody know Club Compound down there? Huge club. And it was when T.I. just came home and Puff was having a little thing for him or whatever. And some clubs, they'll let us in, they'll be like, yo, we with the bad boy niggas. Oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? But some clubs, they're so big and they're so popular that they'll be like, I don't give a fuck who you with. I don't care if Jay-Z and Jay-Z's mama was here right now. Everybody pay, except for Jay-Z and Jay-Z's mama. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So we rushed our way up in that motherfucker. And it wasn't the first time we did it. We had rushed our way up into a couple places. Man, there's 10 of us. You ain't gonna stop everybody. If you do try to stop one of us, we're gonna beat your motherfucking skull in. You know what I'm saying? Touch one of us. You know what I mean? And it's still that energy. Like I said, when my boys I used to work with, it's like this. I can argue with them, but you can't argue with them. This are arguments, not your arguments. You understand what I'm saying? Me and him beefing, but that don't mean you gonna have a problem with him. You understand what I'm saying? I shows up. You know what I mean? What happened to so and so? But when he cussed you out, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So some people you got that with, you know. With this particular instance, we rushed into the motherfucking club. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. T.I. just came on. This is the second joint we went to because we had already prior went to a joint for him at King of Diamonds. We were there. We were in the building. We helped usher Cassie and Diddy into the building. They would got off on they have these little Jeeps that'll take you from wherever you parked at. They have valet there at King of Diamonds, everything. So you will never park your car. And they got a shuttle bus or they've got these little small, what's the names, things. Pup pulled up in the white Wrangler joint. You know what I'm saying? He had the white Wrangler. He got a white one. I think he got a silver one too, but they tricked out, whatever. Got lights on the bottom of whatever. I got a couple pictures in front of him. I'll throw them up. And so we helped usher him and motherfucker, what's his name, into T.I.'s first joint, which was down there. At, what's his name, King of Diamonds in Miami. And then later on, it was Compound in Atlanta. We rushed the spot. Ain't the first time we rushed the spot. So I know about rushing the spot. And that's why I said those same security guards out there, they probably rushed the spot before the damn self. You know what I mean? How quick we are to forget when we were children. How quick we are to forget when we were younger and the shit we did. We did all kinds of crazy shit when we were younger. Running into concerts, cussing people out, running through the mall, causing havoc, thinking we the coolest shit out. Everybody's done dumb stuff when we were younger. You know what I mean? Including going to concerts and getting into fights. We did that too, you know? So I'm talking about when we was younger, as we were older. When I was with Bad Boy, don't let me make the mistake here. We never got into beef with nobody except for 3 times. One time we got into beef in Miami, and I was pretty sure Money had a pistol on him. That's why he was talking so loose. So I fell back. You know what I'm saying? I still got sense. You know what I mean? So I had to fall back on that one. Sometimes you got to fall back. Like Money was talking real greasy, and he kept on being like, and he said this one thing, yo, you know where you at? I said, yeah, I know where the fuck I'm at. I'm in Miami, G. What's happening? And when he did like this and fell back and started talking real slow, I said, oh, he got that damn thing on him. You know what I mean? He got that goddamn thing on him. So I had to fall back. But these are not easy places to be at. Don't go down to Atlanta and think you're gonna run shit down there. They got a trick for you. Don't go down to Miami, think you're gonna run shit down there. They got a trick for you. You understand? Back to Travis Scott and all these guys and what I'm mentioning with these kids running into the gate because Live Nation is getting sued, which alludes me to think that either they're doing this based off those children that were tripped up and stuff like that, and it's bad. It's bad, especially when you see that woman doing that shit and she's tripping kids. I'm like, why you out here tripping kids? Or you can hurt one of them kids. Massa got you that motherfucking excited. That's why I said you got to watch it. I don't like black and Latin security guards. I think if it's and I further backed it up, I don't like most black or Latin cops either, because what I find out is, and I found time and time again through life, they are some of the most judgmental, much heinous, quick to action ass motherfuckers. At least with a white officer, you will get a word. I've told motherfuckers before, listen, you don't seem very rational. Can you give me a white sergeant or a white officer here? I swear to God, I've had to do that like 3 or 4 times because the black or Latin officer will be more turned up. They're more privy to lie on you. Yes, I said that. They're all privy to lie on you. I had a motherfucking Latin cop. Let me teach y'all this trick real quick. This is the thing that do. You have the right to remain silent. That means keep your motherfucking mouth shut, okay? But what happens is sometimes a lot of Latin officers, I don't know whether they developed this little trick or maybe it's just a trick that they like, but yo soy Latino aquí, tú sabes, soy claro en la mente, ala. So what I did was I started paying attention to something that they would do, and I found it out twice. They'll say like, okay, tell me the story again. Tell me what happened again. And then as soon as you tell the story for the second time, they'll be like, oh, see, you lied. And now they can, what you call, dismiss you. Meaning anything you say after that holds no bearing, no nothing or whatever. That dismiss is to attack your credibility as a person or a witness or whatever. So you're very much encouraged after you told the story the first time and they ask you to repeat it, don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. Don't even attempt to do it. Be like, I want to speak to a lawyer. That should be your next response. I'd like to speak to my counsel. I'd like to speak to my representation. I'd like to speak to my lawyer. Either one of them three phases will work. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you mention those three phrases. I do not trust black and Latin cops and or security guards, and this is the reason why. All three of those men and those two men and that woman and another third guy I saw, yeah, they're full of shit. They get power and take over it. Hit that like button. Yeah, please, guys, hit that like button if you would. And if you'd like to donate, it's $ STRINGERBELL 80. That's Stringer Bell 80. There's a Cash App link for that. And there's also a PayPal link in the description box if y'all want to click that. I appreciate all the support I can get. This is how I make my money. The black and Latin security guards, I found, especially here in the tri-state area, they start to feel like they embellish this point of power. You know what I'm saying? Like they have some type of power. And it's like Paul Blart Mall Cop power. You remember Paul Blart Mall Cop? It's like Paul Blart Mall Cop cowardice. The second people you will see will have this complex with them is the maitre d's and the door attendants at New York City hotels, which you don't see too many of them anymore since the pandemic. I think it was one of the best things that happened to the industry. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Too many times I've been standing out. I remember one time I was standing outside the Waldorf Astoria. I've stayed in the Waldorf Astoria. Okay? I want to highlight that again. I've stayed in the Waldorf Astoria. Not one time, not two times, but four times over. Okay, I've stayed in the Waldorf Astoria. I've stayed in the W. I've stayed in the Hiltons. I've done all that shit with these bad boy niggas. Okay, so the time I was at the what's the name though, it wasn't with Bad Boy. It was an association or somebody else that had money to cover that. You understand? So when I'm at the Waldorf, I'm go downstairs. And everybody knows in the atrium level, when you come downstairs of the wall, there's actually two floors when you come downstairs. There's one pre-floor that you think, and then there's another floor that comes into a lobby. You will think when you first walk in, that first floor is that, but it's not. Only people that have been in the Waldorf know that shit. So when I come up to the second part or whatever, there's a black security guard there. The first thing this motherfucker does is look me up and down like I'm a fine bitch at the club to find out if I'm worthy enough of being in Massa Hotel. What you doing here, nigga, in Massa Hotel? There are people out there like that. Just like you saw homeboy Steven. Now I asked you, who that nigga on that nag? Yes, there are people that work in the New York City hospitality, tri-state area hospitality services that really think like these people, because you got to realize a lot of these folks ain't never been around nobody else except for people in the hood, people around the neighborhood or whatever. That's not to deplore them or directly attack them, but it's the truth. So they've never been around. So this is a big deal. Where you work at? Nigga, I work up in the W. They just hired me up there. Mm-hmm. Yuck, 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 yuck. Steve Harvey laugh. Oh, yuck, 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 yuck. They just hired me up there. Yuck, yuck, yuck. What you doing up there? I'm shining shoes. Something. Yuck, 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 yuck. And then when that pandemic hit, all y'all motherfuckers lost your job. I was laughing my ass off at most of them. Fuck them. Next motherfucker that's like that is a security guard or anybody that works for MTA. I found that black people, Latin people that work for MTA are some of the shittiest attitude motherfuckers you ever meet in your life. Not all of you, but most of you. Hey, 305 Capricorn, the movie Django. Exactly, Rena S. Rena S, good morning, girl. So yeah, it's crazy, but a lot of these blacks and Latins are like this. They almost revert back to being slaves, and they talk like almost slavish when you get it. The actions that he took, those three security officers took, is kind of like what I see, where if it's not regulated or it's not monitored by a higher authority, then these motherfuckers basically go rogue and they do whatever the hell they want to do. They do it in the adjudication of the law, or execution of the law. They do it in the execution of their personality, as far as one-on-one with you. They do it as far as antagonizing, especially I've seen with the boys. You have grown-ass men of color. That's why I say a lot of men of color are not good examples of men of color, okay? First of all, a lot of you guys put out there. You'll have these are grown ass people that were men of color out there tripping teenagers and trying to try and tackle teenagers. These teenagers, in fact, could have been your sons, your nephews, your nieces, your aunt, whatever. And they out there getting tackled by black security guards that know better and know the setup. If you black and you from the hood, then you know the setup. You know what motherfuckers do. And this shit wasn't incited by anybody that was a minority. It was incited by white kids. That's the thing that everybody leaves out. The first wave of all them kids running through that motherfucking fence, I ran that tape back 3 or 4 times, and it was incited by white kids. White kids. You hear one white dude in particular, fuck that, rush it. That's when somebody wrote in the comments and they said, "You gonna tell me that 15 guys started one big fucking..." Yes, I'm telling you that 15 guys did that, as well as if you pull down one domino and you line up the dominoes, all the motherfucking force from one domino will knock down all the dominoes. What fucking school did you go to, you dumb motherfucker? You mean to tell me 15 guys fighting is responsible for a whole crowd getting crushed? I don't believe that. I don't give a fuck what you believe. I can't stand when people throw these absolutes. I don't believe it, so everybody should believe it. Ha ha ha. Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? These 3 security guards that y'all see in the video, y'all can see are black security guards, 2 male and 1 female. And these security guards, instead of getting the fuck out the way and doing the right thing by protocol, their protocol requires them to get the fuck out of the way because now you're overran. These kids were running past you like motherfucking bees flying out of a fucking honey hive. You understand what I'm saying? They were fast out of there than some whores with motherfucking the police on their trail at the whorehouse. You understand what I'm saying? They were more, how my mother said, it smelled like a French whorehouse up in this one. I'm sorry, Mama. That was the funniest shit you ever. To this day, that spray stick with me. She got that from my grandmother. It smelled like a French whorehouse. I said, "What do a French whorehouse smell like?" I always wondered what a French whorehouse smelled like. Anybody else's grandmother or aunt ever say that shit? It smelled like a French whorehouse up in here. You were tackling, wrestling, and trying to stop these kids from getting into a fucking concert of their favorite artist, a black artist. If y'all don't understand the cooning that be going on, and a lot of this cooning that's going on is going on unchecked, unrealized, because I don't even think them 3 dudes realized the amount of cooning they was doing. You know what I'm saying? Let them motherfuckers go. They got police out here. Let the police take the hit, not your Live Nation employed ass. And that's why I try to tell y'all all the time, when I find out is these agencies, they don't go after the top tier that we know exists in Black and Latin culture. No, they go after the worst possible motherfuckers in Black and Latin culture and then want to hire them. And then these motherfuckers that they chose worthy of hiring and interacting with us are some of the most low-ball wannabe motherfuckers you can get in your life. I had so many confrontations, some of them I filmed that y'all can see on my page here, with black security guards. Miss Tip, she know. Juan Perez, appreciate you, the Boston Jedi already. Run the S. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, 3-5 Capricorn. Appreciate everybody. And please, Miss Boston Jedi, while you in there talking to everybody, tell them to make sure to hit up $STRINGERBELL80. That's Stringer Bell 80. A lot of y'all come here and get personal and interact and conduct business with each other, whatever, and then say, fuck me, and don't donate nothing to me. If y'all can conduct business here, at least make sure I'm in the business too. Throw out my cash app, throw out my shit, do that. Don't just talk amongst each other, help out too. I appreciate it. And I mean that in a loving way. I don't mean that in no disrespectful way, but y'all get what I'm saying. If you're going to facilitate business, I'm here to facilitate business too. You know what I mean? And Miss Tip know exactly what I'm talking about because she been with me a rider. Miss Tip always put in my cash app. Miss Tip always back me up. So I say that with love. You know what I'm saying? So it's $STRINGERBELL80. Links are in the description. Also to purchase my newest single. Also, if you don't have Cash App, you can go use PayPal. Black and Latin security guards are some of the worst. And I'm not saying all of them, but a good majority of them. They don't care about your kids. You understand what I'm saying? For one, even though they got kids that look just like yours, or they live around kids that are black and Latin, they see every fucking day in their own neighborhood. So how they feel, since they can't do it in an educational stance, you understand what I'm saying? Because if it was an educational stance, your ass would be a security guard most of the time. So since they can't do it at that, they feel like they want to do it at a social, old world, I'm a worker, blue collar type of angle. These motherfuckers scare me. because they live in a world where they honestly and truthfully think that like the resins of blue collar culture actually resonates outside of that. And it means that I ain't no bigger than this, so you can't be no bigger than this. And that's what a lot of these security guards and them think. They think, well, I'm a security guard, nigga. This is the top tier of of the profession in the world. We top flight security of the world, nigga. And this is the mentality they'll take to work with them. I have power now. This is the first time some of these punk pussy motherfuckers have never had any type of power in their life. First time they've been able to invoke any power in their life. And the motherfucking power that they do have is minuscule about this much. Nigga, what you mean I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that? Nigga, you still got to call the police. What power you got? You ain't even got no handcuffs. Nigga, what you gonna hit me with your pepper spray? I'll smack the shit out of you and run off and cover my face. Go ahead, bitch, do it. Oh God, I got in trouble for that one time. My man Kev Cosby, if you ever see this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That time I had to slam that security guard up there at the casino in Connecticut, right? I slammed the fuck out this nigga. He didn't even respect it. I mean, I scooped his ass up and slammed him. And the reason I did this is because he tried to accuse me and my man of throwing some shit at a bus. And I was like, what? And then he grabbed me, and then my man went to go grab him, and he pepper sprayed my man. I already know the time. And just keep this brown port right here open. If they ever start spraying that shit, go exactly like this. The only eye that you keep open is the left one. And that's your pivotal degree right there. You see something coming? You see something coming? And they were amazed that I blocked. They tried to spray me 5 times, and I blocked all them shits. I ain't get hit until the last time. He said, I got him. Grab his arms. Minority security guards. I can't stand minority security guards, especially when they're interacting with these kids. I don't think a lot of them should be out there. I think this is a perfect example, and I want y'all to go back and watch that video so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It'll be the one that's titled. Actually, I'll try to throw it in the comment section too. But there's a link right here in the description box. I'm going to tell y'all about. There's a link to the story about Christian Parandas, or whatever his name is, actually suing Live Nation, Drake, and Travis Scott. And this is from the UK Daily Mail. I told you last night, Drake, Travis, Live Nation is going down. There's going to be more people, and they're going to come in and they're going to sue these guys. And it's unfortunate that they're going to sue these guys, but they're looking at court for the next 4, 5, 6 years easily. It is what it is. And those 3 black security guards that were out there tripping, pushing kids and shit. And I hope they throw the book at y'all the most. I hope that y'all never recoup from anything. I hope every damn little dollar that you have, or that little $25 you probably was making a cap, that you was out there fighting so rigorously for Massel. What you think that's gonna give you a job at Jay-Z? It's Live Nation, nigga. It's big time. What you doing? You working in the office in the marketing department? No, nigga, I'm a security guard. Now who that nigga on that nag? Almost like you're gonna break out the song. These are slaves. These are slaves trying to make sure the slaves didn't break into Massa house unexpectedly. And a lot of people gonna make the argument, oh, well, they weren't trying to stop white kids the same way they were trying to stop the black kids and Spanish kids. I saw a Spanish kid get fucking tackled by that big burly motherfucker. And when the nigga flipped it on him, you understand what I'm saying? That nigga's in the video like this. Because he 23. That's why. He 23 years old. Of course he gonna get past you. You ain't worked out in 10, 15 years, you fat fuck. So outside of you being big and intimidating as far as looks, on the real side of the game, when it comes to these, you ain't shit. When it comes to these, you ain't nothing. When it comes to moving quick, you can't do it. And I know that from messing with big guys. Don't let them grab you. But if you ever fight somebody big, just snuff the fuck out of them quick. First of all, the shock value on us is like, oh shit, he with the shits. And just kept wailing on their asses. Because big dudes, what I find out about big men or whatever, they're not very fast for one. Two, their power punches are weak as fuck most of the time because their big burly asses can't build up enough fucking pressure to punch the way they really could with their weight indexes or BMI. You understand what I'm saying? One of the cute things about working out and being slim that you always notice. You know what I'm saying? And I smoke cigarettes, motherfucker. It's like it's crazy ideology. I'm putting it like that, but that's why you would see that security guard out there. So I'm like, this motherfucker wouldn't even worth his weight to hire if he had a breath after dealing with only two teenagers. Somebody get him and shake him the fuck up out of here. Live Nation can't use you. And you're gonna find yourself seeing Live Nation separate themselves if these three security guards are brought up on anything. They're gonna point out, they're gonna put out a statement. They're gonna say these men were contractual temporarily for that event and that event only. That's exactly the statement they're gonna put out. And y'all excuse me, I said not mock me. Y'all note me as saying that. They're gonna put out a statement. They're gonna say those three security guards, because this is gonna come up, trust me. They're gonna put a statement out and they're gonna say those three security guards were only contractual momentarily for Live Nation. They had recently been employed. We hold no record of them or their previous involvement or previous employment. That's exactly what they're gonna fucking say. Mind you, Live Nation and all of them, I've dealt with them folks before. They have one of the long. They used to have a what's the name right in Times Square office in Times Square, right next to the big huge McDonald's. Same thing when I went to Dame Dash's office before we had the Dame Dash music group. He had a reggae artist at the time, and I think it was what's that boy's name? Jesus Christ, young boy too. I forgot what his name was or whatever. But he does weird ass music. I can't think of his name right now, but he does some dope ass music. And he's still, I think he's from Ohio or something like that. Those are the two artists that Dame Dash had. And that kid has went on to make millions, not I don't know how many amount of dollars based off Dame Dash, but Dame Dash had those two. And I went to his record label when I was trying to shop my music at the time. It used to be a time in New York where you just could run up into offices. You know what I'm saying? If you were associated with a record label already, you know, that New York don't exist no more. I don't think it ever will again, which is sad. That's why I had to create my own lane. You know, me recreating myself, and I say this, and I'll get back to the premise here in the topic. Me creating myself here in this ecosphere on YouTube or whatever is literally me starting over from point A again, as far as the music industry or entertainment business is concerned. This is my new outlet, you know, and that's why I press. This is how I make my money. So $STRINGERBELL 80. That's Stringer Bell 80 on Cash App. It's also a PayPal link in the description box or whatever. I see people give thousands upon thousands of people to say less than me, way less than me, and give less than me. And sometimes some people think I'm a pushover, a sucker. I'm just gonna keep giving information. Nah, nigga, donate something. Especially you come here on a regular basis. What is it to donate 10, 20, $40? When I've got people that donate 50, 100, 300 at a time sometimes, $100, $200. So won't you be one of them motherfuckers? And I'll make a video about you and make you special, just like I do everybody else. You know what I mean? There's this disconnection, I believe, with empathy towards your children and older Black people. I think a lot of older Black people and older Latin people see your kids as less than their kids. See your kids as trouble. See your kids as worth less. These are people within your own culture, even more so than people outside of your culture do. You understand what I'm saying? Because at least they'll still have the same impact action and say, well, these are kids. These motherfuckers that you saw in that security bunch that they had didn't have the disconcernment to say, okay, these are kids that we tripping up. This is somebody's son or daughter that we might possibly hurt, all because they trying to get into a fucking Travis Scott concert. But I didn't see that same energy being put towards little white girls. There was one little white girl that walked right past him and looked right at him and said, I dare you motherfuckers to touch me. You know who my daddy is? She looked at them like, I dare one of you Black motherfuckers to touch me. Let's keep it real. I dare one of you Black or Latin motherfuckers to touch me. Do you know who my daddy is? He's the 3rd District Honorable Judge so-and-so Hawthorne. You know what I'm saying? And have all you niggas removed from here. You better not touch me. You better not touch me. What's my name? Becky. Becky? Yeah, Becky, cuz. She at the Travis Scott concert. Yeah, Becky, cuz. The Audible judge so-and-so's daughter, Hawthorne. That's an old school name too, Hawthorne. Somebody go over there and get Hawthorne. His cane ain't working right. God damn it. Hawthorne. This ain't up there with Mabel. I'm old school like Earl. Claudine. Hawthorne. But yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly and truthfully, these, I hate to say it, but I've ran into that time and time and time again when I've gotten into arguments with security guards. It's always a black or Latin security guard doing too much. And I just got to say to black and Latin security guards, don't nobody give a fuck about y'all, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all there to make sure y'all make sure massive property stays straight. Y'all there to make sure the massive property is in hand or whatever. That's what you do. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have a gun. You're not Superman. Most of you motherfuckers I find all the time after time after time after time after again is out of shape. The only motherfuckers you got to worry about being in shape is a rookie cop. Oh, a rookie cop and a veteran cop is two. Hear what I said? A rookie cop and a veteran cop are the two motherfuckers that hit the gym. Oh, you gonna have a problem with an old 56-year-old motherfucker that still hit the gym. This nigga is doing Pilates, punch bags. You know, he's in there every day like this. You know what I'm saying? This. Oh yeah, I can do airbags easy. I know. Airbags is easy. He in there every day like that. You know what I'm saying? Just hitting the bag, just hitting the bag, just hitting the bag, just hitting the bag. And then when he finally hits you, it's like, steel. So yeah, make no mistake about it. You ain't gonna get no motherfucking more in the gym than a rookie cop and a veteran cop. And you might have a problem. But a security guard, most of them motherfuckers is soft as pudding pops. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't got no real detail. I used to have a homie that was a security guard or whatever. I ain't gonna speak on it, but you know, like most of them guys are just cowards. Cowards with a fucking badge or a duty. Live Nation, good luck to you. Travis Scott, this, you might either one be making a lot of albums for the next couple of years, doing a lot of touring. You said on stage, you said, yo, let's continue to show them about this bag. You was more concerned about getting your money than with them 50,000 people than you were about their lives. They're going to play that clip in court. They're going to play that clip in court. Yeah, and please like and share. I see chapter 11 in future of Travis. No, I don't see no chapter 11 bankruptcy now. I don't think I'm so Philly. Philly, what's going on? That shit was big devil fest. I won't. Okay, I'm gonna touch on that again because I touched on it last night. He had the Phoenix indoctrinated into his stage show from his stage set. And the Phoenix usually depicts the end of the old and the beginning of the new. And the old left in ashes because it's completely destroyed. It's kind of like the same thing in analogy a lot of people are missing in the Eternals. The Eternals movie, if any of y'all haven't seen it, all those gods, all those Eternals in there actually are, in my opinion, depictions of deities and different deities from different religions, depending on how you look at it. And I think that's why each one of those deities was a different race, had a different caliber, spoke to and lived around different humans or whatever. Now, I'll get to the point in a second here. My point for bringing that up is this. If at the end of the movie, there's a celestial that builds himself up out of the ground, right? And once he comes up out of the ground, the celestials made the Eternals. So once the celestials hatched out of the earth's crust, the whole earth will be destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? And it will go in a flame of fire. Fire has always been representative of destruction and then rebuilding. If you don't believe me, the city of Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by what? Fire. God came down and told Lot, Sarah, don't look back, Sarah, you're going to turn to stone. And she did what? She looked back at the city. Hard head, bitch. You know, kind of reminds me of some other things. Yeah, what's going on, Small Monica? I like how the Boxing Jedi is doing and coming in here greeting everybody. Make sure you encourage them to donate to Boxing Jedi. You know, we got a business around here too. You know, this is my business. This selling my purchasing my song and purchasing clothes, things like that, or whatever. This is my recourse from the music industry until I get fully back into it or whatever the hell I'm gonna be doing or whatever, or building these shipping container homes. So yeah, black folks, Spanish folk, somebody else needs your support other than Brother Polite and what's his name? What's that fucker's name? Umar Johnson. I'm gonna build a school. The school coming. The Malcolm Jamal Warner, Harriet Tubman, Bruce Lee Academy. Like, I'm sorry, I have a problem with that because I'm just sitting back and they are giving $1,000 this motherfucker. But be shutting me when I be over here talking about real shit. That shit is crazy. Like, I don't know. That's why I say you gotta watch your direction with the people. Don't give them too much sometimes, because all in all, black and Latin people, they really don't appreciate you if you black and Latin. They only appreciate white faces. And always have and always will. The bulk of them anyway. They only respect white faces and they only respect that somebody talks in the octave of speaking like a slave. And I refuse to do that shit. I'm not gonna get on here and Steve Harvey it out. Yep, 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 yep. Or like Vicky Dillard do. Yep, yep, talk black to me. That fucking hustling ass fucking broad. You ever check out Vicky Dillard? Some of the things she says are authentic, but the fact that she comes on camera looking like a whore most of the time with her breasts hanging out, and that's not a fly Nubian clean. You're like a fly Nubian whore. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, you can do better than that. And I've left a comment telling her that shit too. I'm like, you can do way better than that. Stop dressing like that. She came on last night with some big ass fucking what's her name on, some big ass glasses on, looking like she was 16, stuck in a 50-year-old body. I was just like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, Vicky? You bigger than that. I like her. I actually like her, but all the stenches and all the added shit or whatever, show who the fuck you are. And you look like you sickly, like you something wrong with you, you sick or something like that. Because you look real sickly, like your chest is sucking and everything like that. She wears real low cut shirts. I ain't gonna go in too much on her, but if y'all know Vicky Dillard, she just seems like a hustling motherfucker to me. That's the difference. Like, I don't mind you speaking to the people and all that shit or whatever, whatever. But just sometimes it's a little. For me, it's a little too much. I can look out in the camera and say it's a little too much. And if y'all been over there and checked out, y'all know what the fuck we're talking about. It's like, oh, I like her, but damn, like, what the fuck is up with all the clothes and the way you be looking and shit? Like, you don't look very natural. You know what I'm saying? To be calling yourself a Nubian queen. They ain't got that much weave in the world, girl. I want to see what you're natural. What you look like with your natural, Vicky. Talking about she the girl with the pretty twist in the hair, some shit like that. I'm just saying she be looking like a retard tarot card reader. I'm just trying to say, I ain't trying to like call her like out of a name, Jedi. I'm just saying like this sometimes she throws me off. Like last night she threw me off. She had these oversized pink glasses on, a hoodie, and she was just looking real like hood boogerish. She looked like Tokyo Tony. You know how Tokyo Tony, like for all mistakes and purposes, if you saw her like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you was at the corner store, you'd be like, yo, what's up? What you doing? What's up? What you doing? Now, you know what I mean? You would be that. But outside of that, you wouldn't really try to carry it on for a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying? You would like hit and be like, oh, why? You know what I'm saying? You would just hit and then you'd be like, why, Vicky? And that's it. You know what I mean? Why? When you gonna call me? Why? You know what I'm saying? And you out. Like you not staying around for that. So it's like Tokyo Tony, she cool and everything, and Vicky cool and everything too. But y'all just be doing a little bit too much for me, y'all ladies. Y'all be doing a little bit too much. Exiting out of here because I'm not gonna make this so long. Travis Scott, you got a lot to look forward to for the next 4, 5, 6 years. Yes, I do mean this. And if y'all please don't believe me, there are enough artists that have been in court for certain things for 4, 5, 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Ask around. These litigations and these proceedings are not quick. They are not meant to be quick. They're meant to drag it out. And this is why R. Kelly went broke trying to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? Last little bit of money he had, he used on defending himself, It's sad to see this might be not the end of Travis Scott, but definitely a halt to not only his career, but a halt to a lot of things going on with him. And I don't think Travis Scott is necessarily a negative person. What I will say is I think Travis Scott got invoked by something. I think Travis Scott was higher than Giraffe Pussy when he was on that stage. Yes, I do. Nobody bringing that up. I think Travis Scott was higher than Giraffe Pussy. That's what I said. And the reason I say that is you couldn't even make a cognitive choice of whether or not somebody was passed out or whether or not you should keep performing when the person that was passed out, which I have on video right here that you can see on my channel, the person that was passed out, you sat right there and started doing dance moves and was yelling the chant, "No, don't you wanna? No, don't you wanna? No, don't you wanna?" Like it was bothering you that this person had passed out, and now the police had their attention on saving this person. It was bothering your performance as an artiste. I think that's some bitch shit right there. I'm sorry, pal. I'm sorry. I think it's some bitch shit. I think many other people out here in these streets say the same thing. That was some bitch shit. You understand? And it comes from lack of having real motherfuckers advise you, yo, this is some bunk shit. And I do believe you were higher than Giraffe Pussy just based on the movements you were making, the weird things. And more importantly, I think you don't know, but I'm here to tell you, big cousin, you set forth an incantation, and I don't think you know it. And like I said, with a lot of times with these rappers, when you guys say the devil worshippers and everything like that, I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing at all. I don't even think they know what they're involved in at the moment. You understand? And usually people that get possessed by the devil or pull incarnations and shit like that, they're not aware of it. You know, um, you will hear so many people when they say they were possessed or whatever the case may be. You know, Ed and Lorraine, who do the movie, they do the movies The Conjuring about. Well, they're from right here in Connecticut, if y'all didn't know. I know, great history, right? But Ed and Lorraine, the people depicted in the Conjuring movie, the house where they keep the doll, all that shit is right here in Connecticut in Wyndham, which is a hot skip and a jump from here. Like you can get to Wyndham in probably like, I don't know, Wyndham County, maybe 25, 30 minutes. So just based off their stories alone, you can tell that people can be possessed, people can be influenced or whatever by the devil or whatever type of senses it may be and be unaware. And I think that's what happened with Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott, based on the representation he had on stage with the phoenix flying, the circle of pillow that was offering, basically that circling light that you see with the ring right there, that is meant to a gateway. You will see this depicted in movies like what the hell's the name of that movie? Stargate. You always notice that there's a ring, you know. Another place you'll see this depicted is the gates of hell, the light of heaven, that spiral, inward spiral is depicted to use a door. When you watch the movie, and I think this was best depicted in it, when you watch the movie Thor, you will see the Hindle, who's played by Jesus Christ, Idris Elba in the movie. He opens a door. That door is to the Bifrost. The same thing as a tube. And that tube, you walk into that tube, and that tube leads you to where you're going. It's always that round circle to invoke that. If y'all didn't know that, that's what that round circle and that tube does. And it swishes like that. These are all things. Yeah, portal. Exactly, Juan Perez. No, that's a portal. No, we're not talking about talking about Hydron colliders and no, that Hydron collider is something else. That's a force of energy or whatever. What I'm talking about is the depiction of what's the names to depict basically you walking through the gates of heaven or the gates of hell. They have been always depicted as a round circle with light at the end of it. You understand? The hydro portal and things like that are things of theory and science that people was examined to travel to other galaxies or travel through time even. That's a hydro portal. I get it. You know what I mean? And the hydro portal will also evoke some type of conduit of water. That's what it invokes. You use water as some type of conduit or whatever, like just depicted in Stargate. When they walk through that portal, it turns into water. You know, I get what you're saying though, but no, we're talking about portals to either evil, different dimensions, good in some cases, or whatever. That's what that was to invoke. I know this to invoke that from other things that I know. Even Aleister Crowley and Anton LaVey have talked about these portals before. Um, Sometimes you have to read things that you feel maybe against you or against your religion or whatever, to get a clear understanding. I read Mein Kampf. Do y'all know what that is? Mein Kampf is the actual autobiography of Adolf Hitler. I read the English version of it. Very sick but calculated sick man. Very sick but calculated sick man. I say it one more time. Very sick but calculated sick man. A sociopath and a psychopath, but calculated nevertheless, and very smart, and very much in disgust with the fact that he was actually half Jewish himself. That's another story. Just like Hitler being half Jewish himself and hating other Jews, there's security guards and people that don't give a fuck about you or your kids, even though you look just like them. Live Nation proved that to you. Travis Scott proved that to you. The security guards who are out there tackling your teenagers proved that to you. You understand what I'm saying? And I encourage a lot of y'all to start taking a look at these security guards when your child or your niece or your nephew or whoever comes to you and says, "Hey, mom, I had a problem with one of these Black Alliance security guards." Go check that shit real quick, because what they'll do is they'll then pick them to pick on like the children they are inside. You understand what I'm saying? They'll start picking on them and they'll start antagonizing them. They'll do things with them that they would never even guess of doing with white children. And they will do this because the pure simple fact they really hate your kids. They hate your kids more than they hate motherfucking themselves, because your kids are a representation of them and what they possibly could be bigger than them. You know, it's sad to hear this. I know it is, or whatever. That's why, like, when I get a lot of people come here and they be, "Hey, Dad," and da 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 da. Certain people can do that with me. You know what I mean? Miss Tip can do that with me. Other people can do that with me. I've had people come here and do all that shit for weeks and then turn around as soon as I don't say something that they don't like or agree with something they don't like. "Well, fuck you then, nigga." I've had people come in and sit for 6, 7 months and don't donate a goddamn thing, but be interacting with people in my chat room. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get them into shit, all kinds of shit like that. Trying to take people away from me that donated to me, all kinds of shit. This is all from Black people. This ain't from white people. This is from Black and Latin people, not white people. You know what I'm saying? So don't think just because they look like you in a safe space. Because I'm here to tell you, so many times your ass can be fooled. You understand what I'm saying? Don't think just because somebody's the same skin color as you that fucking they got your best interest at heart. Because I'm telling you, they don't. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to destroy Travis Scott. People that haven't even did any type of fucking investigation whatsoever in depth like me are sitting back and even saying this. They're gonna try to destroy Travis Scott. They're gonna take him out. He gonna file for bankruptcy. I wanted to get built. I don't know what this infatuation is where Black people want other Black people to be the like the total of broke. Have y'all noticed that shit? He gonna end up broke. He gonna, compared to what? Compared to you, how much did you make last year? Oh, 20,000. Well, he made 20 million. And you calling him broke? No, you're broke. And they sit up on this pedestal and they talk about this shit like they somebody. And I'm like, what are you fucking crazy? You made $20,000 last year. This man made 20 million and he ain't got an album out. So how the fuck is he broke? That seems to be the favorite thing. Like I've had it thrown at me. Oh, he broke. Well, you're rich? You ever been rich? Have you ever lived anybody outside the high rises? You know what I'm saying? Like you start, you have to get matriculous with these motherfuckers when they just describe this shit. Like they have this higher elk in life that it's been made up by them and nobody understands it but them. You know what I mean? Like somebody came on and was like, "Oh, that nigga used to have money and now he fucked up." It's like it's no better joy in Black people than seeing other Black people who once had something not have anything. And why that is for, to be quite honest with you, they're slaves. What they're basically saying is to you, "I'm glad you're back at the plantation. Now you're back over here with the rest of us." It goes to show how much of work they think of themselves. You know what I mean? Anybody who wants to see you, and people generally do want to see that, but this in basis, like if you know what the setback is, you know how hard it is out here. If somebody finds a way or whatever, your only way to compete with that is to come in and try to derail them, then I have no respect for you. Matter of fact, throw that motherfucker to a batch of crocodiles. Or if you're one of these people that like sit around and talk about pro black this, pro black that, da, 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 and then you watch the people that they support and the people that you support are the YouTube superstars only, yeah, something's up with you. You know what I'm saying? Something's up with you. We shouldn't trust you. So, Travis Scott, good luck. Drake, I don't think you worry about it. Live Nation, you should be wary. Because the bulk of these lawsuits are going to come to you. And other than that, I'm out. I'll be back later on today, guys. In the meantime, make sure you hit up the donation link, $STRINGERBELL80. Also, is the cash link, PayPal link in the description box. If you don't choose to do that, your cheapest option is to just buy my single, which is in the third link, which you can click and just hit more after you hit the description box and just slide down and you'll see a link for that as well. There'll also be a PayPal link so you can purchase that. Once you make that purchase, make sure you wait a few seconds because your link will pop up after you made your purchase, and you just hit that link and you'll be able to download your song and get your song to you or whatever. So that's 3 different ways you can support me. And if you want to hear a sample of the song, you can also hit one of the links that's below that link for purchase, and it'll be a YouTube link. Hit that, you'll hear a sample of the song, or you can just hit my name, hit videos, and scroll up. And I'll also throw up a new one today. I've been meaning to do that to promote the song or whatever. But let's get something coming in, man. I've got like 3 or 4 people that regularly donate to me, and I want to say shout out to them. TMH Global, Ned Foster has always donated to me, and a couple other people. So I want to say shout out to them or whatever for being consistent. But there's more y'all that can contribute, whether it's 5, 10, $15. I see you guys over here, there, and the other places. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just pointing out the real. If you're gonna come here, you're gonna interact with everybody in the chat room and everything like that, whatever. Then you know what I'm saying, contribute to the channel too. Appreciate it. Let's see what y'all talking about here. Definitely donate to the channel. Trav, the man's on trial. In fact, I just lost my 16-year career over these mandates. Shit is real out here. That is crazy. Yeah. The mandates, I want to talk about that real quick. Chicago, I did a whole podcast about that. Y'all can go back and check that out. But the mandates in New York City and Chicago for this vaccine thing are the worst thing they could possibly do. And I did this not even a couple days ago, and you guys can go look at that video. I did it in Times Square. And I did it in front of 4 cops, and all 4 of them cops agreed with what I said. Not only did they agree with what I said, the 2 lady cops walked past me and they said, "Have a good evening, sir." And looked me straight in my face, waved at me and everything. That's the way, when you're on duty, you can't say too many political thing, I'm assuming. So, I appreciate that or whatever, because they agree with me. And I said that night, I said, Eric Adams hopefully is going to win the constituency for mayor. And he won. You know what I mean? But yeah, the mandates are a bad idea, because what you're going to see, and this is what I said in the thing. One, you're avoiding public safety. Okay. The second thing is you're avoiding city cleanup, which is a bad thing. We've seen this here in my city. Right now, I've seen this area. Typically speaking, years ago, this area where I live at right now wasn't like the way it is. In fact, it used to be mostly Black, Jewish, and Italian. That's what used to live over here: Black, Jewish, and Italian. And the whole neighborhood predominantly was that. And this wasn't just like, 30, 40 years ago. This was a little less than 20 years ago. This neighborhood was like this. And it's substantially a switch. It's not the people that I think are the issue. It's a demographic that's come over. We got a lot of people from New York that come over. And New Yorkers, as many people know, they'll throw trash anywhere. They'll drive any old kind of way. They kind of have this wayward attitude of like it's all about me all the time, whatever. And that's cool, whatever. Well, pick your trash up behind yourself, you know? And there's a lot of shit that I see in the neighborhood now, returning back here to Stamford, Connecticut, that I don't like, And I made an effort to contact the city manager, and the city manager said at this point, we just don't have enough workers. This is a particularly clean city, always has been. You know what I mean? Very clean city, very good people here. I'm talking about people that frequent or either have lived in New England. Like I can accept either one. You have frequent or you have lived in New England, because we're very different than New Yorkers are. Very different than New York people are. People like to contrary them, but New Yorkers are not the same as people in New Jersey. New Jersey and New York are not the same as Connecticut. There are differences. Not big, huge differences, but differences. There's more similarities than differences, but there's a lot of differences. And one of the things we don't do here in Connecticut is we don't make it a frequent thing to litter every fucking where. I've never seen Stanford look like that with so much litter and trees and all kinds of shit. It looks quite disgusting, to be quite honest with you. And you're not going to turn this place into the fucking Bronx or Brooklyn. All right, you can forget that shit. We're already out of fucking town before that happened. And it's funny because these small little pocket of people think that they come over here. I know this goes somewhere else, but this small little pocket of people come over here and they think they're gonna now run our town the way they want to run it. And I've got to, the people that will change your opinion, you just don't see them. But we got a way to get you the fuck up out of here if you want to get you the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And people that are from Connecticut, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's towny talk. You know what I mean? We'll get you the fuck up out of here. I don't give a fuck how tough you think you are. We'll get you the fuck up out of here. I've seen it done a million times. All right, he's got to go. And they'll pack your ass up, get you the fuck out of here, whether it be legally, whether it be however. We'll get you the fuck up out of here. Trust that. So don't come over here pulling that tough guy New York shit over here. But you get a lot of people that how can I say it? Just have the worst in mind sometimes. You know what I mean? They don't have the best. They don't care about where they live at or whatever. You hand these motherfuckers jobs to work at certain places and they just make the worst of everything, you know. I know that sounds like a little long diatribe, but that's how I felt. My enemy, she said, you need to know your enemy. My enemy is not white people for the perplexed amount of time. The people I have a hard time with is black and Latin people. I find that time and time again. When I'm out in my daily diatribe, just in my life or whatever, when it comes to hard stares or trying to punk somebody or trying to act like, you know, I'm the hardest motherfucker out since sights blurred or whatever, it's always some black or Latin dude or woman. You know what I mean? I would say 70% of the time, that's a thorn in my ass. I don't really have too many problems with white folks that much. You know what I'm saying? And when I do, I handle it accordingly and I will cuss your ass out as the poor white trash you are if need be. Good morning, Devin. Just tuning in. Have a prosperous day. I would. Thank you very much, Antoine King. And y'all make sure y'all donate to STRINGERBELL80. I'm gonna be on here with some more stuff later on or whatever. But the donations do encourage me to come back more. I will say, you know what I mean. Motherfuckers be texting me sometimes. Be like, "How come you ain't been on in 3 days?" Because ain't nobody donated in 3 days, nickel. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I mean? Like. I got it. We put in work over here, man. All of us do that are YouTubers. Said he was high in underwear. Yeah, he was high in giraffe pussy. You talking about Travis? You can just call Trav a druggie. He is a druggie. Yeah, that fake ass apology. You right about that, Boston Jedi. He had to be as if it didn't see anything. He just kept singing. Yeah, he did that. He did that twice. He was just standing there, and then the thing about it is you have full perception. Like I said in my live last night, you have full perception because you're hovered. He was hovered above the crowd on a dolly. Kanye, he got that shit from Kanye. So he was hovered above the crowd. You understand what I'm saying? So you can see everything in the crowd in that sea of 50,000 people. You know, it's 50K out there. Word scamming his own people. Talking about Umar. Thank you for welcoming me. Da, 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 da. So that's everybody right there, man. I want to appreciate all y'all rocking out with me this morning. Y'all hit that like button right now. If y'all haven't hit that like button, I'll give y'all a few minutes to do that. And make sure you hit up PayPal and Cash App. Cash App is $STRINGERBELL80. I'll be back on here with some other stories or whatever, but I just wanted to touch on this because I had seen it last night and it was an idea, but they actually formalized this morning and said, yeah, there's been a lawsuit for him. And I'm just like, wow. Hmm. I don't know if this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing or whatever, but I want to see what is going to be the fall of those three security guards that were out there tackling them black and Latin kids. I want to see what the setback is going to be with them three motherfuckers. And for y'all three, if y'all see this, fuck you and everybody else in your family out there tripping kids and shit that look just like you. Also might trip your motherfucking kids up because you would be in a fucking uproar if somebody was doing the same thing to your black and Latin kids. Remember that on your future endeavors. My name is Davin Lewis, guys. You can hit up the Cash App at $STRINGERBELL80. There's also a PayPal link in the description box. There's also a link to purchase my new song, 24 Hours to Live, and there's also a sample of that song, all included in the description box. If you keep reading, just press more, and there's also a link to this story so you can read it in full detail and find out what you need to know or I may have missed. Other than that, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't do so yet. Thank you.